Okay, we're out here at the old farmhouse. This is that electric furnace that's down there. We're going to go ahead and convert it to a heat pump and do a bunch of duct changes. So I'm going to walk my brother through what we're doing here. So this register here is completely gone. Completely remove it. And then we have an 8-inch that comes down here. We're going to take it loose somewhere in here. And then we have a 10 to 8 increaser that's going to go on it from there. So we'll go over that once we get down below. Then this guy's getting completely yanked out. We're moving him over to there, and it's going to become an 8-inch run. These are all 8-inch. And then I'd have to look at her cabinet layout. I can't remember exactly what we were going to do here. If we were moving him to there, or if we're going back here. I'd love to go back here, but I think she's got cabinets there. And then we're also adding one duct run to go on this wall here, and then we're going to add one to shoot out for, they're going to raise the floor up in here, and we're going to have a register in that room there that they're going to turn into a livable space too. So we'll head down below and start tearing stuff apart. Alright, Matt's stripping all the insulation off the supply plenum. And all these duct runs, they're completely gone. This trunk line here, we're going to take it loose back somewhere in there, and then it's got an increaser that's going to go on it, because this whole trunk's going to get bigger. And then that duct's completely gone, and then most of that one that goes to one of the bedrooms. I'm going to start working on pulling the return off and start taking the electrical and the low voltage and stuff off of the electric furnace. Probably get the blower pulled so it's easier to get out of here. Alright, Matt's getting the rest of this duct out of here. We got the equipment all out of here. There's our drain pan set. I'm going to put it on 6 of these 3-inch pump ups. That we still got to get that about 10 feet of that off of there, and that whole run's going, and then we'll go up and pull all the boots. Looking pretty good. Looking good, Matt. See what that little gasket's for. Little rubber gaskets for the breakers. breaker. Knockouts are there. Fit now? I'm confused. I'm supposed to, I'm supposed to take that off. What am I? I'm confused. I'm confused. All right, we're back in the old Crawlspace office. I'll have to do voiceovers on the prep of the air handler up there, but I got a broken heat strip from Johnstone. They didn't know. The box was sealed up, but the spring, the plastic that holds the spring clips in was broke on both breakers. So I'll order up a different one. We got time. All right, so Matt took apart too much of the pipe over here, but he got it all put back together and sealed up and leveled up. So right here, so this is 8-inch. That's going to feed one of the bedrooms and the bathroom. And then we're going to put our 10 to 8 reducer right here where Matt's head is. And then off of the 10, we're only going to do a 5-footer or 10. We're going to have that 6-incher for the other bedroom come off the 10-inch. So we got more volume there. And then we're going to do a 10 to 14. And the rest of it will be 14 all the way back to the air handler off the Y. And then we're going to have, off that 14, we're going to have an 4 8s. So we'll have an 2 8s for the kitchen area. We're going to have the 8 that comes over for the, we're going to have, we're going to have 2 8-inch, 2 8ers for the kitchen. One under the cabinet on that side of the kitchen, one on the other side of the kitchen, opposite corner, and then the one in the living room on the other side of the slider. So, yeah, we'll be looking good. And then the other side is going to be that 12-inch that has, I think, 2 or 3 runs off of it. I can't remember, but we're looking good. Matt's going to continue on strapping up that other one that he took apart. And we're going to work on getting the air handler down here. I'm going to get my drain pan supported, and we can keep moving on. Okay guys, as you know, I don't like it when my drain pan's shifting around, so I anchored down a concrete anchor there, screwed down the top there, and then I got a couple of 2-inch screws into that post over there. So I'm going to measure where I want to put my pads here. We'll get the air handler down here and set them in place. All right, guys, we have our drain panel secured. I got my stick 'em on the bottom of my pads off on all 6 of these, so they're all stuck down, measured out. I would have loved to have had them spread out further, but our drain pan hangs off the edge here, and this is where it's still on the concrete. So, and we can't go any further back because of our return. We'll hit that post. So, you know, we're dealing with what we got here, doing the best we can. I could have hung it, but you know, I'm not going to go through all that work of hanging it when we got a perfectly good concrete platform down here. And I don't want it vibrating to the structure anyway. Even with the springs, you'll still get a little bit of vibration. And this is right by their kitchen and living space. So we're going to go get the air handler and get him set on here. All right, so we got her set on there. It is a thing of beauty. Like I said, my heat strips were broke, so they're going to have to get me out some more. My brother went to go get the coil. We'll slide him in. I'm going to go prep our squared arounds. We have our 20 by 20 to 16 that's going to go here, and that should be good. It'll be out to there, and we should be able to get our Y to miss this post, so we got it set in a good spot. And then I had to come a little bit more forward with the unit so our return would miss that post. That'd be a 20 by 20 by 18. We'll have 18 flex go back up into that return. looks pretty good. I was able to get the stickum off my my pump ups there. We got 6 of them under the unit. Should keep it from sagging too much. I would have loved to have my pump ups more towards the edge, but we're off the concrete there. You know, we're not going to pour more concrete down here now at this point. Like I said, my brother's going to get that coil and get that in there. We'll start working on these plenums. We can start working on some ducting. I got all my parts to do this one. I'm not waiting on parts this time, except for those heat strips, of course. Man, this crawl space is a dream, though. I'm glad we came last week and we hung all these lights here. Beautiful. It looks like somebody pulled a staple, though. I'm going to have to put another staple in that. I don't want to trip over that cord. All right, let's get on it. All right, guys, coils in, doors on. I'm a dummy, though. The AHRA matchup requires a TXV because this is actually a nominal 4-ton air handler that I'm mating with that 3-ton heat pump. So I got to have a TXV. Not a big deal. They're going to bring it out to me tomorrow along with the heat strips. We won't get that far today anyway. We're going to start working on these plenums now, but these panels will be coming back off. No big deal. Looking good. All right, so for this can on the supply side, we're going to have opposite sides folded out about 3/8 of an inch here, and then just one side on the other side 3/8, and that'll help mount it. And then this will just screw to the top side of the air handler, and then we'll pookie it up real good when we're done. Then I'll start working on the return side. All right, I forgot my bar folds, but I can make it happen. Old-fashioned way. Don't even know. Oh, okay. Did you leave that mastic down there?
Yeah. Hey, did you want this other piece out of here then?
Yeah, everything that's in there is coming out. He's telling you. Boots. The old-fashioned way. Gotta love the old-fashioned way.
Eat a whole house.
Telling you.
I know what that's for. Right here, look.
Yeah, I may or may not use that piece. Not sure yet.
To put in the heat it up down there a little bit.
No, it's just a piece I pulled off of I think I pulled that off of yours. Alright, let's go put this on. Alright guys, I bent this side the wrong way. I need to bend them in, so give me a second to bend those in. Then we'll get them mounted on there all nice and pretty. Alright guys, return can is on. Nice and screwed. I got plenty of screws in it. Oh, get up in here. Got it all sealed up on the inside. I even sealed up my rivet connections on my squared around fitting. Sealed on all 4 sides on the inside. And I gooped up the back side just because it's the back side. So we're looking good. We're looking real good. I'm gonna go get the supply one on. All right, guys, little change of plans. I'm gonna go ahead and get this 18-inch ATTO on my can here. Make that bigger, and I'm gonna go ahead and connect it so I can finalize my return. It's gonna make somewhat of a turn here, but I'll be able to strap it up so it comes nice and smooth around. No reason to put an elbow on that. It's a very, very short run, so we're making an improvement because it was only 16 before, so we're looking good. Let's get him put on. Cut, cut, cut. Make it a little bit bigger. I know I'm still restricted by the rectangular duct, but we're doing what we can. Oh. Oh, my back hurts. Oh. Not a very comfortable position here. Oh, you guys get to see my backside. I know the video's not going to be good here. My greens are dull. Fucking insulation. I hope you're wearing a mask. It's not that bad. The camera makes it look worse. So calm down. All right, let's see how that looks. That looks good. Clean up some of this crap here. All right, let's get her screwed on. Get her screwed on, baby. Space them out about every 5 inches or so. If I get one on top here. With this insulation. That flex is going to be fun to get on there. There you go. Good, good, good. We are now an 18-incher going to right there. I'll go grab some flex. I'll guesstimate if I grab about 10 feet, I should be good. Maybe I'll grab 12 and cut off my excess. All right, just like that big, beautiful bill, we have a big, beautiful 18-inch return here. The only thing I don't like is it makes too hard of a turn there, so we're going to pull the flex off at that squared around. I'm going to put an 18-inch elbow on there. It's all for the best. And we'll give this a nice little sweep here and insulate that elbow. It's a little more work, but we're doing it once and we're doing it right. Grab my tools, get them out of here, see what time it is. We may be done today. I don't know. I still need to eat something. I'm actually hungry and shaking. All right, guys, I got my other squared around here for the supply side. It's about 205 right now. We got to be pulling out of here about 250. I'm going to get this screwed on. Matt's going to start working back on the trunk line there towards me with a reducer and a length of pipe. And I'll get this on. I'll probably get my Y on here too, on the end of it, the 16, 14, 12Y, and see where that puts us. Just kind of work until about 250. We got kids to pick up and stuff, so that's about as far as we can go today. And just like the other side, I got in cruise control and screwed up. I need to bend this top and bottom in. Oh, all right. I'm gonna pull her back out and bend her the right way. It's getting towards the end of the day, so my brain starts getting a little fried. All right, guys, I got my supply plenum on there. I didn't pookie anything on the outside because this is right where our access hole is, and I don't want to be rubbing our shoulders in it. So we're all sealed up on the inside. And again, like the other side, the return side, I sealed up all of our spot weld seams there. So yeah, now what I got to do is crimp this guy and put my LYO on there. Rolling down the river. I wonder if that's copyright infringement if I sing a song. Probably not, because I don't sing it well enough. Nobody will be able to tell what it is anyway. Rolling. I think my singing's bad. You should see my dancing. She all crimped. She's looking good. Let's get that Y on there and see how he lines up with our trunk line over there. Alright, so there's where my Y ends up there. We're not going to have room to get an elbow and get it on this side of the post. So what we'll do is we'll just have our trunk line run through there. We'll have a little bit of a 45-degree offset. I got plenty of elbows. Probably a couple of 14-inch elbows down the line here somewhere. We'll offset and get it back on the other side of the post where the trunk line's coming from. No big deal. It won't add too much TEL, total equivalent length. Probably 5 feet or less. So not a big deal. Couple of 45s never hurt a trunk line as far as I know. All right, guys, got my Y all secured, got him sealed. Even those little flanges they use to put these fittings together, that's all sealed all the way around. I did the bottom rivets on this Y because I don't feel like getting on my back and sealing it from underneath. I got that all sealed from the top. We're 100% sealed to this point. My brother's putting that 5-footer on down there in the 10-inch. He's going to hang and seal that before we leave today. I'm going to go start some cleanup. But let me get over here and show you how it's looking so far. Plumbing always in the way. Looking good. You should be a pro at running that 10-inch stuff. So there she sits, guys. Got about probably 3 inches overhang on my drain pan there. We're gonna have to put a pump down here because there's no way we can gravity out. No big deal. Electrical just tie right in the top there, really easy. As soon as I get my heat strips. But yeah, looking good. As I showed you, that's all sealed on the inside. Return, I'm gonna pull that off. It's a little bit too tight of a bend for my liking, and we're gonna put an elbow on that. I'll have to order up an 18-inch elbow because I do not have any. I don't think I do. I'll have to look. So day 1 in the books. I'll see you tomorrow for day 2.